Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host Red. I got a video today from Lockethebountyhunter.
At this point, I've tried to help the lonely men. I've tried to give them advice and they do not want to be helped. I tell them, you being ugly is not what's keeping you from a relationship. And they say, women only want 7-foot-tall millionaires. I say, invest in your health now if you want to be hot at 40. They say, septum ring theory. I say, charisma is to men as beauty is to women. Focus on your charisma if you're struggling to pull. They say, my social incompetence is a life sentence that I can never ever get out of.
I mean, these are good responses, I gotta say.
The loneliness epidemic is making a lot of sense to me now. It's just victim, me, all the time, all the live long day.
Again, projection every damn day.
Can't feel bad for you anymore. I tried, I did my best, I tried to help you people. Foolish me. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me. Can't get fooled again.
The first time somebody calls you a horse, you punch him on the nose. The second time somebody calls you a horse, you call him a jerk. But the third time somebody calls you a horse, well, then perhaps it's time to go shopping for a saddle.
Well, you're right about one thing. You're not only a fool, but you're one of the biggest fools on the freaking planet if you think any man's going to believe you, because you've never tried to help the so-called lonely men. I've seen enough of your content to know it's the opposite. You hate men. You belittle us, you mock us, and you make pathetic attempts at emasculation and lazily disguise it as quote-unquote dating advice. And I hate to break it to you, sister, but nobody even asked for your advice. You have none to give, especially when modern women made it clear. If the dude ain't jacked, ain't a millionaire, and is less than 6'3", he's responsible for every single violent act against women dating back to the freaking caveman era.
It's true, they put it on all men.
Meanwhile, you sit there on a high horse that sits above an ivory tower whose foundation rests on a freaking soapbox, and you try to insult men and say that it's help, but it's really not. You just want to feel superior to us, and it's really not working. Because as a whole, men are not lonely. We see what you have to offer, and the piece that solitude has to offer is a hell of a lot better than what you bring to the table.
It's just sad that they talk about the loneliness epidemic more than men have even mentioned it, how we're lonely ourselves, right? Men have never really came on the internet in that mass. I'm sure there's some men. I'm sure there's some videos out there of men saying they're lonely, but look at all the videos that we cover. It's just, we're all the good men. We're all the men at. Why don't they approach?
So it just goes to show that septum ring theory, yeah, it's pretty much dead on. Especially when you can't even repeat a simple sentence without resorting to George W. Bush levels of freaking idiocy. Well, you don't believe me? Well, just take a look at this one, sister.
It says, fool me once, shame on you. It fooled me, we can't get fooled again.
I love being a girl. Just got off the phone with my long distance best friend. What did we do? We danced, we lost it, and of course, we laughed a lot while I applied my fake tan all over my body after I just lathered with lotion and some oil to make sure I'm well moisturized after my...
Do you just jizz on your face right now? What is on your face?
Everything shower. Then I just decided, hey, I want to try something new tonight. So I got into heatless curls. Tried doing it with socks. I had 4 different portions onto my head. Didn't know how to tie it so I can sleep well. So what did I look up? A bandana tying tutorial. Now I look like I could probably sell some fruit, which is not a bad thing, because then after that I decided, hey, I'm going to do some contour with Tan on my face by Dolce Glow, as you can see. Then I was like, oh, I'm not ready yet. I got to do some Mario Badescu drying lotion, all the little acne that I have all over, and I was like, ooh, but I gotta grow my eyelashes, eyelash serum on both eyes.
Congratulations!
Woman, do you actually listen to yourself before posting this garbage? I mean, you're trying to convince the entire internet that it's awesome being a girl when all you're doing is bragging about rubbing endless amounts of chemicals into your skin while having to look
fake tan
up how to tie a bandana. Now granted, I'm not the world's most foremost expert when it comes to the nuances of bandana tying, but if you had to look up a tutorial on how to do that, then your brain might be a little bit on the smooth side there. Now, listen, I get it. You're lonely and you don't want to admit that you're a failure. But sister, this ain't helping your case at all. You're coping with the idea that you have literally nothing to do,
with jizz on your face.
So you look up more and more ways to increase your grooming and skincare routine. And now it's come to the point where it's occupying half of your freaking night. Now, I know you're not exactly what I'd like to call capable of getting a hobby, but this is not a hobby, sister. It's just a pathetic attempt at trying to mask your vanity in the form of loving to be a girl. And how's that helping you out? Because from where I'm sitting, the only thing you've done is dance with your long-distance best friend on FaceTime. And I don't even know what in the hell a long-distance best friend even is. But it's safe to say that I really don't care either. It's just another excuse to hide your loneliness. And there's no hiding that disaster from anyone.
Like you just have a best friend. It's like, is it really have to add in the long-distance best friend? Like, even if my best friend lived far away, just call him my best friend still.
And under, by the way. And I was like, ooh, but my lips are kind of looking a little bit chapped. So what I do? Lip mask onto there too. Okay.
Wait, they have a whole mask for your lips?
Did I get the clothes that have been resting on my floors as pajamas for the second day on the road to put on my body? Yes. Yes, but it cancels each other's out. Okay, and then you hear that noise? What's that? Not a screaming child, that is. Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep tonight, not only waking up tomorrow with the most beautiful skin, okay, like a newborn baby. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning with hair that looks like I'm from a Disney princess film, okay? And of course, I'm gonna add into the narrative of being a single crazy cat lady. Life is good when you have a lot to maintain.
If you think I'm gonna make a pussy joke, you're sadly mistaken.
Yeah, we know you're a crazy cat lady. This whole self-indulgent rant of yours is a dead giveaway.
Yeah, just what, dog on kids or people that have kids? Congratulations, you're single and alone with jizz on your face.
And if we can tell all that by listening to your garbage, then it's safe to say there's no hope for you as a human. I mean, come on, you're bragging about a skincare routine and acting like it's more important than raising a child, which is kind of weird that you'd even bring that up. Which leads me to believe that there's a part of you that actually wants to have children, but your insufferable nature and inability to go 5 seconds without
I mean, I think most women want children, even though they say they don't.
using some kind of a cosmetic product has made that an impossibility. And think about it. In a few years, you're going to start getting more and more desperate. And once you realize that the good men want nothing to do with you, are you going to look back at this moment of your life and say, oh, well, at least I had good-looking skin that one time? Well, of course you're not.
Jizz
You're
on
so
the
vain
face.
and forgetful that within
Get over the jizz on her face, guys. Like, she just has a lot of it.
2 days, this will be a
It's all crusty on her face, too.
forgotten memory. And you'll still endlessly work on this routine because you're bored, you don't have a life, and you're not willing to do anything to change that because you're too busy trying to flex on stuff that's so minor that not even your followers can give a crap. But hey, if that's what you want to do with your life, then have at it. It's your life to waste. Just don't be surprised when you come on here 2 years later and ask where all the good men have gone. Because I can assure you, sister, we're all waiting to say I told you so.
Remember, your biological clock is ticking.
Okay, I have something on my mind and I want to talk about it. Boom, dating as an adult woman, yeah? Something that really grinds my gears is when I'm in the early stages of dating someone and I'm trying to take it slow. I'm trying to be a lady, you know? And they hit me with the, Jasmine, why don't you come back to my place? And I'm like, no, I'm good. And then they say, why? Nothing will happen. I'll be respectful.
Well, I won't. I will you.
Baby, I'm not worried about you. I'm trying to protect you from me. I'm a
Demon. You're not ready for this.
I mean, if they're gonna tell you straight up, run!
Have you ever been around a woman that's in her 30s and is ovulating?
I will drain your life force with zero regard for your health or well-being.
Holy crap! You're strong in the Lord! In the power of his might! You're strong in the Lord! The power of his might!
Well, congratulations, woman. You finally admitted to something that self-respecting men have known for pretty much the last few decades, and all it took was a pathetic attempt at humor to prove our point. We know you're a succubus. You have no life of your own, so you need to drain the life force of men just so you can have some form of validation. That's why the only dudes who have no problem sleeping with you are the same dudes who are immune to your crap. Because I can guarantee you, sister, you're not nearly as good as you think you are.
Nope.
In fact, I'm willing to bet that
She thinks she's probably like the best, person in bed ever.
Ed, Tyrone, Raphael, Marco, Gavin, Pookie, Ray,
Chang,
Nigel, Wyatt, Theodore,
Ricky
Jen,
Tan,
Wang, Takeda, and the Octagon have had better bedroom fun in the suspiciously stained public toilet of his local dive bar than he's ever had with you. And mind you, that dive bar reeks of week-old stale beer and pure vomit. Now, in the case that I'm wrong and you really are a sack demon, who gives a crap? Most of us don't want to deal with you anyway, and the players you desire know how to deal with you. So we're going to step aside and let those dudes handle you. But can you really blame us there? Even if we had full hazmat protection and those sterilization chambers that you see in top secret military research bases, we still wouldn't want to handle you. You're that much of a hazard to our collective health there, darling.
Chernobyl, please. Back away.
Oh. Oh, more water, towels, more water, soap. I can't even go out.
Special thanks to the fine members of the Bounty Board over on Patreon. They don't need a skincare routine to prove that they're the coolest dudes in all of Sector 6.
Hey, why you messing with my skincare routine, bro?
All hail! And if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out the Bounty Board over on Patreon, where for $5 a month, you can get access to exclusive content you're not going to find on YouTube. Links in the pinned comment down below if you want to check it out.
To understand why men are not positive in comment sections. They're positive to women, right? Women who are showing off and that are pretty. They're positive to their physicality and their appearance. Men.
How else can you be positive about their personality in a picture?
Rarely make comments in videos of women or men's content talking about positive things. When women are out talking about struggling and talking about having to get over a relationship or trying to...
So complaining all the time like they always do?
To work through how to not get back into a very toxic or unhealthy relationship, all of these women are in the comment section giving actual tangible advice.
No,
men
not.
Just say we should have chose better and it's your fault. When men are on here and they talk about how they have insecurities or they're hurting from a past relationship, which is actually very, very freaking rare. But when you see those types of videos, the men in the comment section, they're not positive. They're negative towards their fellow men. Men that talk about healing and going through the struggles of being rejected and how to be more positive in relationships, those videos get negative comments from...
No, it's the being positive in relationships thing is probably the one that gets the most. The men talking about like they're struggling in life. I don't think men are out there just commenting on those comments or those
positive
videos.
Comments from women who are saying, wow, thank you for speaking up. We really appreciate you actually putting the effort in.
Well, what did the police say?
Yeah, I got me a question for you, darling. Do you have a life? Like, what do you do in your spare time? Because from where I'm sitting, whatever life you have doesn't exist because you spend it just going through comment sections of videos to cherry pick the worst possible comments to prove your already biased worldview. Now, I'm not about to sit here and say that all men are supportive and all women are victims, because I know something you apparently don't. It's the freaking internet, woman. And everybody's on the internet has a voice, and some of them decide to use that voice to be jerks to everyone else. This isn't a sign of some sort of a systemic problem, because men in these circles, yeah, for the most part, we're actually incredibly supportive. Unlike you.
True. What do I always say? My men. You know, I always say, I'm proud. There's moments where I watch videos that I'm proud of men in that moment, right? Because they're doing the right thing, or they're getting over something, or they finally learned something that was very important. That you don't need anybody. You just got yourself, and work on yourself, because all you got is yourself.
We listen to problems. Sometimes we'll give advice, and other times we'll just lend an ear, because freaks of nature like yourself have made it clear that we're not allowed to have any spaces for ourselves, because in your eyes, we're just that evil. Yep. The fact is, we don't want your advice. It's simply not welcome. You've already
Like if men got together, it's a whole new, World War II or World War III happening because we're Nazis, right? Because men coming together is just evil things happening all the time.
Destroyed your own credibility when you say that men getting burned by women is rare. How in the hell could you possibly know that? You just assume that all women are innocent cherubs while accusing men of being vicious bastards. You're the type of woman who tries to sound reasonable by saying not all men, but you say it with such venomous scorn that you just want to blanket accuse us of being evil.
But the men in the comment section, they are all negative. What are you doing? Why would you say something like this? Oh, you're just, a pander. You just want women's attention, all of that. They're not actually paying any attention or putting any effort into themselves.
Whoa, that is some deep dish racism, motherfucker.
And then they wonder,
right, because men aren't the ones that actually self-improve. Right.
Why women don't want them. And then they wonder why they struggle in relationships. And then they wonder why they're always so negative towards women. And we know that they're asking themselves like these questions as to why am I by myself? Because they're always the first person to say, but I'm at peace and I'm happy. No, the f you're not, because you're in a women's comment section talking about dating and relationships. If you were that peaceful and that happy with your life, you would be watching some, I don't know,
I think people are happy and at peace just leaving comments, like hateful comments, because they like doing that. Again, it's the internet. I don't really know much positivity in the internet. Most of the internet is literally negativity.
Documentary on how to fish or how to do something productive in your life, but you're not. You're watching videos on dating and relationships, which tell me that you are
right, because we're happy. We just always have to be productive in something. We can't just enjoy something as entertainment.
Are not happy or at peace. So why is it that men are not positive online? Why is it that men are always negative, and the only time that they are positive towards any woman is when that woman is showing themselves off physically and have, like their appearance, and they're all
Tell me you're jealous of the young hot women without telling me you're jealous of the young hot women.
only positive on like the red pill and manosphere content.
Well, that's no different from what modern women do in men's comments sections. You've proven it right now by saying we're nothing but negative regardless of the subject matter and what genderisms is doing the talking. But apparently when you do it, it's to prove a point that doesn't even need to be proven. Yes, you hate us that much that you need to waste substantial portions of your life by reading comments on videos of men you hate just to bash us. But that's only if you actually read them. I can't put it past you to just blindly assume that's what the comments section looks like, and then you take your assumed reality as cold hard facts. Now sure, I'll give you this one. There are a lot of men out there who just want to troll on the internet.
True.
That's been happening since the...
I said this. Some for these men, it's entertainment. It's enjoyment. Just being trolls.
Dial-up days, woman. It's nothing new. And they're not an active representation of what the manosphere is all about. Because those dudes, they are learning new skills. We're improving ourselves and enjoying our peace while you're losing your mind over it. I mean, seriously, woman, the time you've committed to what you're doing could have been spent doing something productive, but no, you choose to waste your time to judge us, which is kind of weird. But then again, we're not all that surprised. You're a modern life failure. You have hate in your heart, you're profoundly lonely, and
like everything that she's talking about is pure projection, right? All the things that she's going through, it's all the things that she's talking about that men do and go through.
You're not capable of doing something as simple as minding your own stupid business.
Older women are just so insufferable. This is why men don't date women in their 30s, women in their 40s. Look at them. They just become miserable beings talking about men the way they do because they don't get any attention anymore. They can't get their relationships they want, and they're childless. They got nothing going for them. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.